Good morning, and welcome to the Dr. Diva Show, where we enlighten, engage, and inspire. You are with Dr. Sony and Dr. Rhonda, and we also have a guest, Dr. Sybil. Please check us out. Our website is www.drdivashow.com, Facebook /Dr. Divas, and tweet us at Dr. _Divas. Hit us up. Make sure you call us. This is a call-in show, y'all.
Yes.
Call me.
Call us.
678
We want to hear from you.
Yes, 678-701-3738. That's 678-701-3738. Call us. If you do, you will win knowledge.
That's right. That's right.
So we are very excited
Yes.
to have Dr. Sybil here. Dr. Pam is out today.
Yes.
We miss you,
Bonk,
Dr.
wonk.
Pam. Wonk, wonk, wonk.
Yes.
She didn't want to hang out with us today.
I know, acting all like she all that.
Whatever. We don't talk about
That's
you
right.
behind your back. But Dr.
On the air.
Yes.
On the air.
On the air.
Dr.
No
Pam
shade.
is actually working today.
Yes, she
She's
is.
helping someone defend their dissertation
Whoop,
so that
whoop.
they too can become a doctor.
Yes.
But in her stead, we have good company. Dr.
That's right.
Sybil is here.
Yes.
MBA, PhD,
CISM.
CISM, gets my RESPECT, and she is a VIP. Welcome, Dr. Sybil.
Welcome. Thank you. You
are.
welcome you all as well.
She's just all around awesome sauce.
Yes.
So today we are talking about how to overcome the hate my job mindset. Do you guys hate your jobs?
I've
Have you
hated
ever?
jobs in the past. Yes.
Me too. I've hated many jobs in the past, unfortunately.
Well, we're going to really talk about how to become satisfied with your job and how to turn whatever your situation is into a more positive experience.
Yes.
That's important.
That's important.
And if you hate your job, you're not alone.
That's right. You are not alone.
You are not alone.
You would be surprised at how many people hate their jobs and are just afraid to speak up and say something about it because they need the job in order to meet their financial responsibilities.
That's right.
And not just surprised, but there's actually been a study on that.
Yes.
70% of people that were surveyed in this study either hate their job
Wow.
or completely
That's almost
disengaged.
everybody in the world. 70%.
People hate their job.
Wow.
That's
That's pretty
pretty
high.
bleak.
And didn't you see a study that said actually 80?
Yeah, there was
Percent?
another one that said 80.
Wow.
80% of people working hate their jobs.
Wow.
So that's a lot of people dissatisfied.
Mm.
That's pretty bad. And then the funny thing about that study, it said that even incentives
Didn't help?
didn't help.
What? So it's
The
not about the
ping-pong
dollar
table,
bills.
The nice coffee machine.
Yeah.
The nice work environment,
Right.
incense, and
Free
Incense.
drinks.
Free drinks,
That
yes.
didn't even help.
The K-cup.
Right.
that is
The K-cup didn't help.
No.
okay. And I love me some cake.
I love K-cups too.
I know we need Keurig as a sponsor.
That's
Keurig,
right.
if you're listening,
Sponsor Dr. Divas.
Yes.
We love you.
We love you.
and we love our job.
That's right. We love this.
That's crazy, right?
That is.
So, what are some of your experiences in the job hate?
Well, I can only imagine. Like, I think I'm really just now becoming to love what I'm doing since being out on my own,
Mhm.
actually.
Mhm.
Even the last position I had some issues with managers, how they managed, very critical about them. The people in the work environment, having that crab in the barrel mentality.
Mhm.
So yes, I have hated some jobs in the past.
Well, I have too. And it's been very difficult to work for a manager who you find out is less than competent,
Oh,
less
yes.
than honest, less than trustworthy.
Preach. Wow.
Roy, we need some violins going on
You
up
know,
in here.
I need a choir because the
That's
choir
right.
can render an A and B
Thank you,
selection after
Dr.
that.
Sybil.
You know,
That's right.
That's very difficult when you come in with all these expectations of meeting their requirements and feeling that you're going to have all the support that you need
Right.
to make sure that you can succeed, only to find out that you're being set up to fail, that it's some type of unnecessary test. There's a reason why you're there other than the one that you're actually were hired for.
Yeah.
And so then things become a little bit suspect.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
you start looking askance at people. You're always looking over your shoulder. And
Wow.
it's difficult to be productive when you're constantly looking over your shoulder. You should be looking
So true.
forward, not backwards in your rearview mirror.
That's right.
You better say that
That's
again.
right.
You
That's
know
right,
what?
Dr. Sybil.
That is so true.
Yeah.
I've been in so many jobs
Mm-hmm.
where I'm sitting there and I'm not trying to be vain, but I'm sitting there like I am so much smarter than this guy.
Right.
Or I've trained my boss.
That's
Like,
right.
how are you gonna come in
Wow.
and make me train my boss?
Ugh.
And then that means you're acknowledging that I know more to the point
Okay.
where you make me train someone
Wow.
and then put them above me.
I believe there's a book called How to Manage Your Boss or How to Manage Up.
Ah.
And it talks about how to deal with less than competent managers that happen to be over you, but you need to be able to keep some sense of sanity.
Mhm.
And so, in order for you to do that, you manage your boss so that both of you all get what you want. And but more importantly, you're able to keep peace and
Right.
some type of
Which
serenity there.
which is tough though, Dr. Sybil, because I've been in a situation like that, and it's like they're nitpicky
Yes,
about things. If you outshine them in a meeting, that's a problem.
jealousy.
Yes, or just having a personal issue with you. Me just being at my desk working is a problem. I've had that. She's gone to the person above her to talk about me. I've had that
Right,
before.
I
right.
know how to deal
And the
with
the
my
big
manager.
manager was like, "Well, Rhonda, I know that I know your work ethic. I was there before her. She came in after me, and she was like, I know you would never do any of the things that she's been talking about, and it's just, and I'm like, what am I doing? I'm generally a nice person, right?
Right.
Dr. Sony,
Yes,
nice,
yes.
easy to get along with.
Did she
All
just
right,
call me
Roy,
Dr. Pam?
I sure did. I miss her.
Dr. Pam, wherever you are, you're in this room in
That's
spirit.
right. We miss you.
You know what? I know how to deal with your boss like that.
How?
You just out them on Facebook, tweet
Oh,
about them,
No, no, no.
you know what?
Instagram them.
But
No.
hey, but no, no,
That's
no.
when you want to burn a bridge.
But
That's
guess
what
what?
you do when you want to burn the bridge.
But
You do
this
all
is
of those things that Dr.
hey,
Sunny
but
just
but
said.
guys, this is real. People are taking their hate for their jobs to social media.
Yes,
They're
they
taking
are.
it to social media. Now, I've seen some things, and I've laughed. I think this particular clip on YouTube is very funny. I saw it, I think it's like 2 years old, but there's this guy named Joey. He quits his job at the Renaissance Hotel, but he brings a marching band with
I
him
love that. I
to
saw
quit his
that.
job. You saw that? Wasn't it
That was
hilarious?
awesome.
I mean, the people are just playing instruments at the work site. He
And
gave the letter to
yes,
his
he gave
manager.
it. He's like, I quit my
Yeah,
job.
and just bang, and before the video, he was like, "Man, this place has the worst work environment ever." And this guy got 4 million hits on YouTube for this. But there are other companies.
Right.
But you
People
can't.
are talking.
But you have to admit
It
that
was funny.
in your head you were thinking, I wish I would have left my job like that.
I
I
think
know.
that's great because obviously that's a job that he's never going to need a reference.
I hope
And,
not.
Well, if he does, he's hired because he's got another reference. He got 4 million hits on
That's right, four
Facebook.
Exactly.
million hits on
Exactly.
Facebook. But
Exactly.
then there are other employees that are coming out because there are some other videos on YouTube. Go to youtube.com. You can find several. There are some people on there talking about companies like Hollister, Abercrombie, and some other companies. About the poor work environments, discrimination.
Yeah.
One young lady was talking about Abercrombie and how they hate fat people.
Right. I remember
Yeah, but
hearing
have you
something
seen their
about that.
ads?
Yes, I know, but I'm just saying, like, wow.
No,
You
I
know,
actually heard that story, and I think I heard a representative, executive from that company
right.
say, well, that's definitely our philosophy. We do not want larger people in our
Wow.
clothes. We don't
See, I
want
didn't
that
hear that part of it.
representation of our clothes.
Yeah, but I mean, it's isn't that like like Lane Bryant and these other places? They don't show skinny people in their clothes. Victoria's
No, they
Secrets, you
don't.
don't see plus size Victoria's Secret models.
No, you
So,
don't.
We
Abercrombie,
should.
I think we should, but I mean, at least they're
That's right,
admitting
because
this is their
everybody's wearing the
brand
clothes.
and we want people to stay within our brand. But now here's the deal. I have seen people who are, and I on Facebook, some of my Facebook friends who have uh, gone to Facebook and talked about their jobs
Right.
Wow. So,
and have said, hey, this is what happened at my job today, and my boss did this, and I can't stand this and that. I think to me that's one surefire way to get fired.
This is
Yes.
true. And then you run into libel, you run into character
Yes.
assassination.
The representation of the company,
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly. So
Right.
that's not the best place to air it. Or there are certain ways that you can phrase it so that it doesn't sound like you're actually complaining.
Or
You're
just
just
don't
making an
do it, Dr.
observation.
Sybil. Just don't do it. Vent
I
to your friends.
She said make an observation. I observed that my boss sucks.
Right, right.
The big one.
You know, I always have to say, in my humble opinion, and then go ahead and say, he sucks.
I am HO.
Right, right.
Well, how about extreme cases of job hatred? Have you all seen any or heard about any lately?
Yeah, like blowing up the place. Yeah, we
Yeah.
see that on the news all the time where people
Wow.
come in extreme cases and want to shoot like the Federal Express thing
Right.
that happened here. Those are extreme cases.
And Dr. Sonia, I know that's something people start calling you about, right?
Right.
Hitting you
Yeah,
up because that's your thing, safety.
that's my thing. But
Right.
you know what? I think, in my humble opinion, that we're going to go to break.
That's right.
And on the other side of this break, we're going to talk more about job satisfaction and
Yes.
dissatisfaction.
That's right.
And if you are dissatisfied with your job, please don't air it on social media. We're watching you.
That's right. Big brother.
We'll be back. Dr. Diva Show.
Jump in the shower and the blood starts pumping. Out on the streets, the traffic starts jumping. With folks like me on the job from 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Barely getting by. It's all taking and no giving. Better just use your mind.
So the salient features, once more, of the GS 4200 model. To manufacture than its venerable predecessor, and up to 17% quieter. Naturally, it's available in both. Sorry about that. Gray and beige. I'm sorry. I think I'd better take this. It's my wife on Ubu.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, Pumpkin. What are you doing?
I'm Ubering.
Very funny. What? 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 What?
Make the money!
Where's your mother?
Mom!
What?
I love you.
I love you too.
Lisa, you've been staring at that computer screen for 30 minutes. What's wrong?
Oh, it's my new marketing campaign. I want to tell people how great my business is, but I don't know what to say. I need copy for the website, newsletters, and brochure, and I'm drawing a blank. Writing just isn't my thing.
My boss had the same problem, and he called Put It in Writing Professional Writing Service.
Put it in writing. What's that?
It's a business just for people who need copywriting but don't have the budget for the big marketing and PR firms. They help my company tell everyone about the great products and services we offer through our website. And when my cousin recorded his CD, Put It in Writing wrote his bio and press release. They even do resumes.
That's good to know, because I'll be looking for a job if this business doesn't take off.
Don't worry. Call the professionals at Put It in Writing at 901-359-6629 and check out the website at putitinwriting2.com. That's putitinwriting, the numeral 2.com.
Are you in need of a dessert for a special event? Maybe a custom birthday cake. I know, it's your wedding day and you want a cake that will stimulate your taste buds and capture and create the memories for that special day. Well, Sweet Destination should be your choice. Let master sweet designer Montevia Gamble create a unique and delicious cake for your special occasion. But that's not all. Sweet Destination also creates other desserts, from cheesecakes, homemade fudge, brownies, cookies, pies, cake pops, cupcakes, and just about anything that you can think of. So check them out at sweetdestinations.com or on Facebook under Sweet Destinations. Remember, the greatest conversations take place on the road to the sweetest destinations of the human mind. So let's do more than business. Let's make memorable moments. We are Sweet Destinations.
Everyone needs a way to add gold to their financial portfolio. Karat Bars International makes gold affordable to the masses with the freegoldplan.com. Get gold in 24 karat 999.9% pure gold bullion in small affordable weights. Save your money in gold and even get paid to share with others how to do the same. No broker fees, no setup fees, and with referrals, your gold can be free. Go to thefreegoldplan.com. That's thefreegoldplan.com now.
Tap Out Studios of Hollywood is one of Atlanta's newest visual and performing arts centers designed for you to perfect your creativity. Our 3,000 square foot event space includes a full bar, VIP section, movie screen, and 2 stages. Take advantage of our Spring Fling package deal for new and existing clients. Save over 40% when you rent our venue for $700 for events with more than 100 people. For booking information, contact Kendra at 404-578-1454. Located less than a half a mile off of I-20 off Fulton Industrial, we are Tap Out Studios of Hollywood, 620 Interchange Drive. Tap Out Studios of Hollywood, inspiring creativity, changing lives, and making dreams come true.
Welcome back. We are the Dr. Divas Show. We are here today with Dr. Sony. I am Dr. Rhonda, and we have our guest, Dr. Diva, Dr. Sybil.
Yes, I'm in the house.
Yes, she's in the house. So hit us up, call us. We want a phone call.
We do.
We want a phone call, 678-701-3738. You can also hit us up on our website at www.drdivasshow.com. We're on Facebook, /Dr. Divas. And hey, we like tweets too, right, ladies?
I tweet.
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 We all tweet.
Actually, we like more than one phone call.
Yes, Doctor, so more than one. But hit us up on Twitter at Dr_Divas. And we are back.
We're back. We're back at it. And we're talking about job satisfaction, how to overcome that I hate my job mindset.
Yes.
And, we gave a stat earlier about how 70% of people working do not like their jobs. They're either not engaged or they hate their jobs.
Almost the whole world.
Almost the whole world. So if you know someone, chances are they don't like their job.
That's right. A high percent.
And it's so funny because that costs. Do you know job dissatisfaction actually costs a lot of money?
Yes.
There's a study that says that an estimated $450 billion to $550 billion with a B per year of lost productivity.
Wow.
And stolen goods and missed days of work. All of that because people don't like their jobs.
Don't steal.
Yeah, they don't like their jobs, and so they're taking the staplers.
The paper clips.
I don't even care.
Paper.
Leave the mechanical pencils at work.
That's right. And don't take your kids' school supplies out of there,
What you mean? It's back to school. My job got a lot of paper. Them boxes of paper.
That's right.
Those
Don't do it. Don't do it.
And some people do that because they hate their jobs, and this is the only way they feel that they can, get back. Okay, well, they owe me.
Yeah.
They owe me something. So I'm going to take that mechanical pencil home. I'm going to take those dry erase markers home.
People feel vindicated. I know I did when I used to work at a job. I work for myself now because that was the only way I was going to get ahead. Because I was not a great employee. I'll admit that. Some people are made for working for other people, and some people are not.
True,
I was not, and I can admit that I was not made or wired to work for someone else. But when I did, I felt vindicated by taking that box of paper and a stapler. That box of paper lasted me for like a year.
My gosh.
Every time I was going to lunch, I was going out with a box.
What? Oh my gosh.
I had like 10 boxes of paper from my office. I'm just now getting through it. But people feel vindicated. And the funny thing about it is, guess what, ladies? Women are slightly more productive than men.
I already knew that.
When they hate their jobs.
Even when they hate their jobs, women are
more
productive.
We're wired.
Why?
Why?
Because we have a history of having to just sit back and take it in order for the
She
better
better
good.
preach.
Huh.
in order for the better good for the team, for our families. It's just something that's in us that say, well, maybe we should just take this because the greater whole will benefit from it,
Right.
even though I'm going to be miserable while I'm just taking it for the team.
Right.
We
Right.
take so much.
We do as women.
We got to give birth.
I,
We got to put up with folks.
I know, and
We got
run the
take stuff
household
at the
and the job.
Y'all want us to cook.
Yes. Oh,
We
call.
have producer Roy's like, great.
Get a caller.
Hello, caller. Welcome to the Dr. Diva Show.
Welcome. What's your name if you'd like to share?
Hi, my name is Tajma.
Hello. Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you.
What would you like to say? You're on live.
I would like to get your opinion on why people stay.
White people what?
Stay.
Stay on the
Stay at
job?
jobs they hate.
You know what? In our opinion and from our research, there's a couple of reasons why people stay. One, they need the money. There's
Yeah.
no other place
Cash
for
is
them to
king.
go.
Right.
They don't have the skills to leave. And I think, and this is Dr. Sony, that people just get comfortable.
Right. And I think the economy has a lot to do with everything now because it's not as easy to get employment as it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that another reason why people stay with their jobs is because, unfortunately, they hitch their identity to a job.
Yes.
Yes,
Instead
that's
of
big
them
time, too.
taking the time to be themselves and be strong and confident within themselves, if they don't have a job, even if it's a job that they hate, they feel like they're nothing.
That's true. That's true. And that, you know what? That's true for a lot of professional jobs.
Yes.
Where people have gone through a lot of education to get their job, and even though they don't like it, they're thinking I've invested so much time and I identify myself with this job, and so or they invested a lot of education going towards that job to
Right.
where they don't want to waste that, so
Right.
they stay. I think that's a good question, caller.
Yes. Thanks, caller.
Is she still there?
Oh, any other questions?
All right. Well,
Maybe
thank
she's
you,
gone.
caller.
Thanks for calling.
We appreciate that. You're awesome.
Thank you.
And you know what? We're going to talk about later how to get out of a job you hate if you're in it, caller. So you don't have to stay, girl.
No.
Don't
no,
stay
you
with
don't
that
have
job
to
if you don't
stay.
like him.
That's right.
I mean, it.
Or her. Him, it, her,
Now,
however you'd like to
now-
describe it.
That's right. Dr. Sonia, we were talking earlier. You found some interesting statistics about the different nationalities. So,
Well, you know what? It's funny because we are the U.S.
right.
We're the most dissatisfied
Paid the
country
most.
with our job. The happiest place to work, the happiest people that are working right now is Canada.
Wow.
Canadians are the happiest workforce. 64% of Canadians love their job.
Wow.
Only 7% actually say that they hate their work.
Wow.
To 70% of Americans hate their work.
Wow.
70% of Canadians love their work.
Right. Wow.
And other happier workforces, the Netherlands,
Wow.
surprisingly. And guess who else is a happy workforce?
Ooh,
India.
really? I was
India.
thinking opposite.
India.
Because it just seemed like it's highly stressful over there.
But here's the thing,
All the
though.
technology and
55% of Indians love their jobs. And it's funny because they only have 5% of the workforce in India that say that they hate their job.
wow.
Yes. And
Do
that's
I need to get a
interesting.
passport?
Yes.
We always
Well,
need
it's
a passport.
cultural.
We always need a passport.
Yes, we always need a passport.
It's cultural. I
That's
mean,
right.
here's a country that will have, if you go there and see working conditions, they're not as nice
Wow.
as ours. And I'm speaking of India, Canada, and Netherlands. They're the bomb.
Right.
India is too, but you know, when
Certain
you really
parts,
look at
though.
it, yeah, when you look at it culturally,
Yeah.
they don't get paid a lot. Most of our jobs have been outsourced there because of, you know, we can pay them low wages. They don't work
Right.
in good environments, yet they're
Right.
still happy.
Right.
Plus, they're working while we're asleep. So
Right.
we have 24-hour production.
Yeah. But they're happy.
That's right.
And we're not.
That's
What's
right.
wrong with that picture?
I know. What is wrong?
We have mostly good working conditions.
Right.
We, you know, comparatively speaking to India, we get paid well,
Right.
but yet and still we're still not happy.
Wow.
I would say, and I'm just going to go out on a limb here, that they have a sense of balance about their work. It's not just work, it's family. And that they have that balance there so that people aren't always putting so much emphasis on work.
Yeah.
You have to put just as much emphasis on family life
Yeah.
as you do on your work life
Mhm.
there. So the balance there is kind of built in so that
Mhm.
there's a certain amount of happiness more derived from that than we get over here.
Right.
The other thing that I think about is in the European countries, they get 30 days
Yeah.
for holidays.
Oh, yes.
For vacation.
For
Yes.
vacation.
Right.
Where we struggle to get our 2 weeks.
Yes,
Well,
14
you know,
days.
even in Europe, your health insurance is based on your health insurance rates are based on how much vacation you take.
Right.
So if you don't take vacations, your health insurance rates are higher
Wow.
in Europe.
Wow.
Yeah, lived in Germany 13 years.
Oh my gosh.
And they understand that your health is directly correlated
Right.
to, your work. And if
Right.
you work too much, you're probably going to die early. So your rates are high.
That's true.
You know.
Well, I remember one time working on a project in London, going back and forth a couple of times. We were over there as a group of Americans, and we're used to working a little bit past 5 o'clock,
Mhm.
6 o'clock, that type of thing. Well, at 5:01, and I'm not saying this negatively about the team that I was working with, my British comrades, but at 5:01 they were gone.
Yeah.
And there was a complaint lodged against us that we were making them look bad because
Yeah.
we were working till 6 o'clock and working till
Wow.
7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Their culture says you put in a certain amount of hours
And you go.
you take a certain amount of breaks during the day, and then you go, and
Yeah.
that's it, and it's okay.
Yeah.
Whereas over here, it's not necessarily okay if you're not putting in a little bit more time.
That's right.
You're
Right.
judged a little bit more if you leave right at 5 o'clock or you leave
Yeah.
right at 4
That's
o'clock.
so
or
true.
whatever.
When I worked in
So true.
Switzerland at the UN, I mean, they take a hard stop for lunch,
Right. I think
Right.
they do that in Spain too.
Yeah.
It's a hard stop.
It's a hard stop, and everything shuts down, and
Yep.
then you come back to work a couple of hours later. I mean,
Yeah.
I have such a European work ethic,
Right.
which is why I can't work
can't
for
work
people
for-
here because birthdays.
Right.
They came in, they brought a bottle of vodka to the celebrant. We
Wow.
all did shots, and went back to work.
Wow.
So when I got to the States and I was like, it's my birthday.
Everybody was like,
Apparently people frown
crickets.
upon bringing vodka to work here.
That's right. That's right.
I have a problem with
You have a
that.
problem with that?
Obama, that's just wrong.
That's right.
So
That's
You're
right.
supposed to sneak in your own flask.
well, during lunch we would go have wine
Right.
Right.
and a meal,
And it was
come
okay.
back, and it
it's
was all
okay.
right. But
Yeah.
here, I mean, gosh, it was
Really
amazing. It was
uptight.
a very big culture shock
Right.
for me
Right.
working in the States. But I'm thinking this is why we're so unhappy and dissatisfied with our jobs.
Definitely adds to the dissatisfaction.
I know, and I always ask, who thought of the 8-hour workday? I'm like, what? You're at work more than you're at home. I absolutely hate that about our society.
Yeah.
If I could go and do my job in 4 hours, just let me go.
That's how, yes.
That
That's
would be
how I
great.
felt. And, even working a 9 to 5, I probably did like 3 hours worth of work. And
Maybe we
the
need
rest
to have
was,
a Montessori style work ethic here. Just like Dr.
Rhonda was
just
saying.
said. If you can do the job in 4 hours, even though you're supposed to do it in 8, then be credited and have a pat on your back for the 4 hours that you did it.
Yeah.
That's right.
It obviously is showing you proficient and you're more efficient in doing it in the 8 hours that you were allotted. You
Right.
should be said, yay! Instead of, you finished so early, well, let me give you something
Some
else
busy
do.
work to do that's
Right.
not even associated with it. Go file some papers.
I know, right?
Right.
Go
So
help another department.
it's called punishment for proficiency.
Wow.
Oh,
I like
love
that.
No good deed goes unpunished and that sort of
Wow.
thing.
Correct.
Well, you know what? We have another study. When we come back from our break, we're going to
Yes.
talk about
The theory.
Hertzberg two-factor theory. So if you're listening and you want to know what we're going to talk about, go Google it.
That's right.
Hertzberg two-factor theory. This is the Dr. Diva Show. Give us a call, tweet or Facebook us. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
So the salient features, once more, of the GS 4200 model. It's manufactured manufacturer than its venerable predecessor, and up to, 17% quieter. Naturally, it's available in both, sorry about that, gray and beige. I'm sorry, I think I'd better take this. It's my wife on Ubu.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, Pumpkin, what are you doing?
I'm Ubering.
Very funny. What? 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 What?
Make the money!
Where's your mother?
Mom!
What?
I love you.
I love you too.
Lisa, you've been staring at that computer screen for 30 minutes. What's wrong?
Oh, it's my new marketing campaign. I want to tell people how great my business is, but I don't know what to say. I need copy for the website, newsletters, and brochure, and I'm drawing a blank. Writing just isn't my thing.
My boss had the same problem, and he called Put It in Writing Professional Writing Service.
Put it in writing? What's that?
It's a business just for people who need copywriting but don't have the budget for the big marketing and PR firms. They help my company tell everyone about the great products and services we offer through our website. And when my cousin recorded his CD, Put It in Writing wrote his bio and press release. They even do resumes.
That's good to know, because I'll be looking for a job if this business doesn't take off.
Don't worry. Call the professionals at Put It in Writing at 901-359-6629 and check out the website at putitinwriting2.com. That's putitinwriting, the numeral 2.com.
Are you in need of a dessert for a special event? Maybe a custom birthday cake. I know, it's your wedding day and you want a cake that will stimulate your taste buds and capture and create the memories for that special day. Well, Sweet Destination should be your choice. Let master sweet designer Montevia Gamble create a unique and delicious cake for your special occasion. But that's not all. Sweet Destination also creates other desserts, from cheesecakes, homemade fudge, brownies, cookies, pies, cake pops, cupcakes, and just about anything that you can think of. So check them out at sweetdestinations.com or on Facebook under Sweet Destinations. Remember, the greatest conversations take place on the road to the sweetest destinations of the human mind. So let's do more than business. Let's make memorable moments. We are Sweet Destinations.
Everyone needs a way to add gold to their financial portfolio. Carrot Bars International makes gold affordable to the masses with the freegoldplan.com. Get gold in 24 karat 999.9% pure gold bullion in small affordable weights. Save your money in gold and even get paid to share with others how to do the same. No broker fees, no setup fees, and with referrals, your gold can be free. Go to thefreegoldplan.com. That's thefreegoldplan.com now.
Tap Out Studios of Hollywood is one of Atlanta's newest visual and performing arts centers designed for you to perfect your creativity. Our 3,000 square foot event space includes a full bar, VIP section, movie screen, and 2 stages. Take advantage of our Spring Fling package deal for new and existing clients. Save over 40% when you rent our venue for $700 for events with more than 100 people. For booking information, contact Kendra at 404-578-1454. Located less than a half a mile off of I-20 off Fulton Industrial, we are Tap Out Studios of Hollywood, 620 Interchange Drive. Tap Out Studios of Hollywood, inspiring creativity, changing lives, and making dreams come true.
And we are back. You are with the Dr. Divas show. We're here with Dr. Rhonda and our special guest, Dr. Sybil.
Yes.
Hello.
Dr. Sybil.
Yes, call us 678-701-3776. 3738. 678-701-376 3738. So we are also social. You can hit us up on Facebook /Dr. Divas and Twitter at @DR_Divas.
All right. So now we're going to pick up where we left off. Dr. Divas, we love to educate people about theory because a lot of times, I really feel that professionals need to start using theory. Managers, people in the workplace, theory can help save your workforce, can help you improve how you deal with your people. But there are tons of theory on job satisfaction, but I love Herzberg factor, the two-factor theory. This theory states that there are certain factors in the workplace that causes job satisfaction. While a separate set of factors, they also cause dissatisfaction. This theory was developed by Frederick Herzberg, who theorized that job satisfaction and job dissatisfaction act independently of each other. And there are two factors that distinguish between the both. So one is motivators. So motivators are, is the work challenging, job recognition, responsibility, all these things that give positive satisfaction. They arise from intrinsic conditions of the job itself, such as recognition, achievement, personal growth. The hygiene factors, which include things like the status, job security, salary, fringe benefits, work conditions, these things do not give positive satisfaction. Through dissatisfaction, results of their absence. These are extrinsic things that contribute to satisfaction, and it includes aspects such as company policy. So people, sometimes people have issues with company policies. Their supervisor, wage. It's all about pay. We've talked about that.
And you know what? It's funny because Herzberg theory, all this says is that as a manager, you need to learn what motivates people. Everyone assumes that people are motivated by a promotion or people are motivated by money. Not everyone's motivated by those types of things. And it is up to the manager to determine what's going to motivate your workforce. And then also, as a manager, with Herzberg's theory, it's important to understand that people are dissatisfied with their job for different reasons.
Right.
and so you need to understand why people are dissatisfied with their job.
And Dr. Sony stated perfectly that managers must give attention to both sets of job factors, the motivation and the hygiene factors.
Hygiene, not meaning
no, not meaning.
You don't mean that if you stink, you ain't getting a promotion.
Right. But the motivation factors, they're needed to motivate your employees to high performance. So as a manager, that's always the goal. How can I push my people to be successful?
Yeah. I think that's important. I like Herzberg. I love that theory. And if you guys are out there, and especially if you're in a manager position, you might want to look at that study and break it down to how it fits your environment.
Right.
I like it. Now, Dr. Sybil, who is a MBA, PhD person.
Yes.
What do you think about what motivates people?
I think what motivates people is on an individual basis, and I think one of the hallmarks of a good manager is to take the time to find out what's going to motivate Dr. Sonny versus what's going to motivate Dr. Rhonda.
Right.
And in the absence of doing that, you cannot have this cookie cutter approach to everyone that you're going to manage and expect to get the best results out of the person that you have hired. Because there are 2 different people, there are 10 different people, there are 70 different people. So this is one of the issues that managers need to take into consideration. But I'd like to back up just a little bit. Not everybody that is a manager needs to be a manager. Not everyone that has become a manager has been trained to be a manager, has the competence to be a manager, or lacks a certain amount of compassion to be a manager. Manager doesn't necessarily mean ego. Manager means that you have taken these people, you're expected to train them or make sure they get the proper training. You're expected to motivate them in a positive manner.
Right.
And so many people, unfortunately, because of what's happened in their past,
right,
and they haven't been trained as a manager correctly, will try to motivate people the way they were motivated, even if it's in a punitive manner.
Right.
That is what that person knows. And
right,
they unfortunately try to translate that to the people that they're managing, and then they wonder why they're getting the results that they're getting.
You know what's interesting is that most people assume that it is possible to be an effective leader without being likable.
Right. And
which
that's
is far from the truth. There's a study that shows that managers who are likable by their employee are more effective at motivating their
Right.
workforce.
Right.
So if you're out there and you're thinking, you don't have to like me, you just have to respect me.
That's right.
Not true.
That's right. So and this flows right into workplace relationships, which we're about to get into that. So whose fault is it that I hate my job? You know, workplace relationships are important to building career and finding satisfaction in your job. And so whose fault is it? Do we blame anybody?
Yeah.
So how do we
Sony,
Dr. Sony. So how do we form those working relationships with managers? Let's talk about me, like say I'm the employee. How do I go about forming those great working relationships with managers? What can I do?
Well, being a good employee. Well, and,
That's right.
and honestly, there's some research that shows how to be a good employee.
Right.
Attributes of a good employee: action oriented, work.
Right.
You
That's
know,
right.
work.
Show up. Don't be lazy. Right.
Work. Intelligent. You know, managers, these are what managers consider to be good employees.
Right.
Intelligent, ambitious, autonomous. I cannot stand that employee that when they finish a job, they're sitting there not doing anything.
Right.
And I'm like, do something
Go to the
else.
next thing.
And they're
Yes.
like, well, you didn't tell me. That ain't in my job description.
Right.
You know?
And you right. And that
I can't stand that. You know, and display good leadership skills. Those are attributes of a good employee. So if you want to build a better relationship with your manager, I just given you 5 tips. You're welcome.
Right. That's right. And what you just said, you know, when a person sits there, you know, you want to become impressionable with your manager.
Right.
Take on another assignment. Take on something that's challenging. You know, find another way to go above and beyond what you're doing. You know, even if you've run out of things to do, because you got to work 8 hours in the U.S. anyway. Because we're not in Europe, we can't just go home, right?
Like, no, we can't do what Sonny did. No, we can't
That's
do
right.
that.
Can't do that. So, you know, just being impressionable.
But let
that
me just throw
takes
in
you a
one
long
more
way.
thing.
Okay.
And I think you were going to get to it here.
Yeah.
And I apologize if I'm jumping.
Oh, no,
in.
no, go ahead.
But the communication is key.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the ways of making sure that you're going to be a good employee is to make sure that you're communicating very effectively with your manager.
Right.
And also ask your manager to make sure that they communicate very effectively with you. It is a relationship.
That's
It's a two-way street. So there's a difference between what a person says and what they heard. And it's every time your manager tells you something, you need to maybe come back and say, well, this is what I heard you say to me.
Right.
Is that correct?
That's right.
In terms of what you're saying to me so that I can do it. And the same thing with the manager. The manager needs to be mature enough to say, well, employee, this is what I heard you say. This is what you're going to do. Is this correct?
Yeah.
So that we can have the same understanding, and hopefully that'll translate in a better satisfaction on the job.
Right. Now, I've come up with some things about coworkers. So
Yes.
how does that pan out? Can coworkers be why you hate your job?
Coworkers is why I left my last job.
Oh my gosh, right?
I mean, honestly,
Right.
I left my
Right.
last job. I loved
Because of
my job,
coworkers.
but I could not work with the people that I was working with.
Wow.
And it was one of those situations where it got to the point where I even went to my boss and I said, I cannot stay here with these people.
Right.
You know, I mean,
Right.
you had the patients running the asylum.
Right.
And,
Right.
and it was
Right.
getting to the point where things were getting out of hand.
Right.
But interestingly enough, Forbes did a study on how to be a good coworker.
Right.
And they gave 5 attributes
Right.
to a good coworker. The first one is a hard worker.
Mm-hmm.
Who doesn't want to work with someone who's working hard?
Right.
Trustworthy.
Oh yes.
You got to be able to
Building
trust your coworker.
Yes.
Timely.
Yes.
People. I'm gonna get on my soapbox.
No,
you know,
okay.
every week I have
Do
to
it.
have a Sonyism.
Let's go.
What you ain't gonna do.
What?
I'm hashtagging that. Hashtag what you ain't gonna do.
That's right.
What you ain't gonna do is show up for work 30 minutes late and ask me to cover for you. That's what you ain't
That's
gonna
right.
do.
That's
Every
right.
day.
Okay.
You know?
That's right.
Be on time and be a good listener.
Right.
Understand and willing to help and good organizational skills.
Those
Those
are
are what other people have listed as good attributes of a
yeah.
coworker.
And I also feel too that being willing to compromise, and as Dr. Sony said, you have to be respectful of others.
Right. So, you know, be good, be a good coworker, be a good manager. On the other side of the break, we're going to talk about strategies
Yep,
of
strategies.
how to do all of these things we just talked about
Yes.
on Dr. Divas show. So we'll be right back.
So the salient features, once more, of the GS 4200 model. Manufacturer than its venerable predecessor, and up to, 17% quieter. Naturally, it's available in both, gray and beige. I'm sorry, I think I'd better take this. It's my wife on Ubu.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, Pumpkin, what are you doing?
I'm Ubering.
Very funny. What? 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 What?
Make the money!
Where's your mother?
Mom!
What?
I love you.
I love you too.
Lisa, you've been staring at that computer screen for 30 minutes. What's wrong?
Oh, it's my new marketing campaign. I want to tell people how great my business is, but I don't know what to say. I need copy for the website, newsletters, and brochure, and I'm drawing a blank. Writing just isn't my thing.
My boss had the same problem, and he called Put It in Writing Professional Writing Service.
Put it in writing? What's that?
It's a business just for people who need copywriting, but don't have the budget for the big marketing and PR firms. They help my company tell everyone about the great products and services we offer through our website. And when my cousin recorded his CD, Put It in Writing wrote his bio and press release. They even do resumes.
That's good to know, because I'll be looking for a job if this business doesn't take off.
Don't worry. Call the professionals at Put It in Writing at 901-359-6629 and check out the website at putitinwriting2.com. That's putitinwriting, the numeral 2.com.
Are you in need of a dessert for a special event? Maybe a custom birthday cake. I know, it's your wedding day and you want a cake that will stimulate your taste buds and capture and create the memories for that special day. Well, Sweet Destination should be your choice. Let master sweet designer Montevia Gamble create a unique and delicious cake for your special occasion. But that's not all. Sweet Destination also creates other desserts, from cheesecakes, homemade fudge, brownies, cookies, pies, cake pops, cupcakes, and just about anything that you can think of. So check them out at sweetdestinations.com or on Facebook under Sweet Destinations. Remember, the greatest conversations take place on the road to the sweetest destinations of the human mind. So let's do more than business. Let's make memorable moments. We are Sweet Destinations.
Everyone needs a way to add gold to their financial portfolio. Carrot Bars International makes gold affordable to the masses with the freegoldplan.com. Get gold in 24-karat 999.9% pure gold bullion in small, affordable weights. Save your money in gold and even get paid to share with others how to do the same. No broker fees, no setup fees, and with referrals, your gold can be free. Go to thefreegoldplan.com. That's thefreegoldplan.com now.
Tap Out Studios of Hollywood is one of Atlanta's newest visual and performing arts centers designed for you to perfect your creativity. Our 3,000 square foot event space includes a full bar, VIP section, movie screen, and 2 stages. Take advantage of our Spring Fling package deal for new and existing clients. Save over 40% when you rent our venue for $700 for events with more than 100 people. For booking information, contact Kendra at 404-578-1454. Located less than a half a mile off of I-20 off Fulton Industrial, we are Tap Out Studios of Hollywood, 620 Interchange Drive. Tap Out Studios of Hollywood, inspiring creativity, changing lives, and making dreams come true.
Welcome back to the Dr. Divas Show. I'm Dr. Rhonda, and I'm here with Dr. Sony, and Dr. Sybil has been a great guest, Dr. Diva, today.
Thank you very
We
much.
appreciate your time. Call us. We still want more calls. Our number is 678-701-3738. We are social. We are on Facebook, /Dr. Divas, Twitter, @Dr_Divas, and hit us up on our website, www.drdivasshow.com. Today, once again, we're discussing how to overcome the hate my job mentality. Now we're going to go into some strategies for, making your experience positive. How to make change.
Yes. Please, if you're a bad manager or a bad coworker or a bad employee, please change.
So for employees, what do you recommend, Dr. Sybil?
For employees to
Yes.
make
How do they make a positive change?
One of the things that anything that anybody does to make a positive change is to change your thought.
Oh,
Change
caller.
your thought patterns.
We're going to take a call. Hello, caller. You're with the Dr. Divas on the Dr. Divas Show.
Welcome. What's your name?
And your question.
Sherry,
Hello. How are you?
I'm good.
What's your question?
My question is, when we get people on a job, they come in, they're all enthusiastic about working. And what are some of the things we can do to keep us focused? Because the negativity comes in a few months. You know, at first they got the integrity and the diligence, and then they lose the focus, and then the negativity is there again. So do you have any ideas of some of the things we can do to keep people focused on the positive
You know what? That's a good
on the job?
That's a good question. How to keep people motivated, especially jobs that are in the helping profession, where you come in and you're wanting to make a change, and then it kind of it fizzles out. The thrill is gone.
Right.
I think as a manager, one of the things that I think works very well are team building activities.
That's
A lot
great.
of times people fizzle out or they become unmotivated because they don't feel like they're a part of the team anymore. They don't feel
Right.
like they're valued as an employee
Mm-hmm.
or as a person.
I would say one of the things that happens is that usually people will give acknowledgement or recognition a year after the person gets there during their personnel evaluation. And if the manager would take the time to give them recognition, positive acknowledgments of what they're doing on a regular basis, that would keep them highly motivated, that would keep them happier, and actually will give them the desire to maybe do a little bit more.
Yeah, don't wait till that year evaluation to tell someone they're doing a good job.
That's right. That's right.
Dr. Rhonda?
I was going to say just be a relational manager, just kind of stay in tune with your employees to kind of diagnose what's going on. I would definitely recommend a manager checking in with their employees at least once a quarter. Don't wait till the year to give feedback because it's an opportunity for you to kind of figure out where this employee is, how they're feeling, what are some things that you could do to help them out, because sometimes employees, they go through things and managers never know about it, and they bring it to work. So you want to provide an opportunity for them to come to you and feel okay about coming to you, especially if they're going through some things that are stressful, even if it's on the job or personal.
You know what? As a manager, I used to send out surveys to my employees,
Very good.
asking them how I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And that gave me a good pulse on what's motivating them. I
Right.
mean, and what can I do to be better as a manager? And it takes a lot of guts,
It does.
caller, to put yourself out there and to
Yes.
say, ask your employees, and this didn't go anywhere. It just came to me.
Right.
And I usually did it when I was going on vacation. And I would say, leave me, that way it's anonymous. So you could just put it in my office. I'd leave my office open. You could put it in my office on my desk
Good
on
idea.
how I'm doing. And that gave me a good idea as to how I needed to target my activities.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that helps you, caller.
That does. Thank you very much, and I'm enjoying the Dr. Diva show.
Oh, thank you.
you.
Tell your
Thank you.
friends about us.
I sure will.
What an awesome person.
Yes, great.
Thank you. So we're going to talk more about how to overcome the hate my job mindset.
Right,
Some
and
strategies. I think, Dr.
for
Sybil, you were
employees.
talking about strategies.
Well, the strategy that I always start with is where your mind is. If you're going to think negative things, as soon as you walk in the door, you're guaranteed to set yourself up for a negative day. And everything starts with a thought. So if you can train yourself or discipline yourself to, I'm going to have the best day that I can today
Wow, I
under the
like that.
circumstances that are presented to me, no matter what, I'm going to do my best.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the best that I can. with the people that I work with, and I am not going to let anyone take more control of how I feel today than I'm taking control of myself.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
how to be happy on purpose. That's good,
Right,
not
that
just
is
for work.
good for
That's good
every
for every
aspect of your
day.
life. And there are tons of things out there now with social media. There, you can even go to Google and Google positive quotes for yourself, or set yourself up where you're getting positive things that are related to job, that are related to relationships, that are related to careers. And these things can come to your social media automatically. And you check it before you get to work. And
Yeah, and
yeah,
try to form good bonds.
right.
Listen on the way to work. Listen to that song, Pharrell song, because I'm
I think
happy.
that gets everybody happy.
And if you're feeling down, say bubbles. Nobody can say bubbles with
Right.
a frown.
Right. And another thing, just adding on to Dr. Sybil, is to build some relationships with some influential people in your company. Don't be afraid to go to someone who's maybe they're in a different department, but they're higher up than you. Because I say that because you never know what that influence that person may have on your next promotion, on
Yes. On
offering
you.
offering you projects that could help enhance your resume.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to build those influential relationships with people in your company.
And I have one more thing I'd like to add in this perspective. We need to keep into perspective that we have 168 hours a week, and we're just talking about 40 hours of the 168 hours that we have a week. So if we keep it in perspective and look at the fact that this really doesn't dominate our life. It is a part of our life,
Right.
but we don't have to let it dominate our life, and that means that we stay more in control of what we're doing.
And I think one last thing, unless Dr. Sony has something else to chime in on, but being clear on your career path. Understand that this position is not where you have to stay, or even the company. Develop a timeline for yourself. Get all you can get out of a position and be ready to move on.
It's funny because when I'm coaching managers, one thing that I tell managers is you have to be a good steward of someone's life. And I don't think managers realize
That's so true.
that the impact that they have on not just the job, but the person's life.
Wow.
Your job as a manager can dictate the outcome of that person's day.
Wow.
And therefore dictate how their evening goes.
That's right.
How their relationship with their spouse goes.
Right.
How the relationship with their child
That's so true.
goes. Because if you are having a bad day, or you've got a manager that you're always clashing with, that's going to carry into your home life. That
So
carries
true.
into your psyche, your mentality. So it's one thing that when I'm talking to managers about working with your employees, they don't realize how much of an impact that they have in an individual's life.
Wow.
And so it's important for people to realize that. And so you can be a nice person. As a manager, you can be a nice person.
So basically,
Wow,
to sum
what
it
a
up,
concept.
so to sum it up, coaching employees and managers. How is that beneficial, Dr. Sony?
I think that first of all, every manager should get coached.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
and people think that, you know what, I am the chief of a law practice or of, medical association or something. Well, even Michael Jordan needed a coach.
Right.
That's even
right.
LeBron James gets coached.
Right.
So it doesn't matter how good you are, you still need a coach
That's
to
right.
stay good.
That's right.
And as an employee, I think that if you have a good relationship with your manager, that's your best coach, because that person can help you get to where you want to be. And so as an employee, I think it's important to try to have a good relationship with your manager, because whether you like them or not, that person may stand between you and your next level.
That's right.
So
Anything else, Dr. Sybil?
I would just say that in the event that you're not able to do the things that have just been described by Dr. Sunny, one of the things that you have in your toolbox is compartmentalization, meaning that keeping things in its perspective, just to that 40 hours, just to the job, and put it in a little box there, and the rest of your life is the rest of your life, and you handle that there. Keep it in the little box for the things that you don't like until you can find your next opportunity that's going to allow you to blossom the way that you want to blossom.
All right, and that puts us into almost the end of our segment, and we're going to talk about the Academy of Creative Coaching. We're starting cohort 2. Become a coach in 3 months. Wow.
Yes, if you want
September
to
2nd.
coach someone on how to be a better employee or a manager,
That's right.
it starts with getting certified.
So visit us on the web for more information, www.theacademyofcreativecoaching.com. Our 1-800 number is 800-861-8490. You can also email us, info@academyofcreativecoaching.com. Send us your questions, your comments. Hit us up on Twitter and Facebook. You can tell us about your experiences, show ideas.
Yes.
Whatever your heart desire.
And guess what, you guys? If you're riding in and around the Metro Atlanta area,
oh yeah,
and you see a billboard with the Dr. Divas show on it,
yes,
please take a picture of our fabulousness,
yes,
and lights, and send us your personal pic of the billboard. Because it's somewhere around Atlanta.
Yes, it is.
We are up in lights.
That's right.
So send us a pic so that we'll post your picture and give you credit for it.
Photo cred.
We'll give you photo cred. That'll
right.
increase your street cred.
That's right.
We'll post it on Facebook. We'll post it on Twitter. And we will acknowledge you on the air. So we're up in lights. We getting big, y'all.
That's right.
We getting too big for our britches. Isn't that right, Producer Roy? Well, this has been a joy to be with Dr. Sybil.
Thanks, Dr.
Thank
Sybil.
you for having me. Hopefully I'll be able to come back one day.
Of course. We want her back. And Dr. Pam will be back joining us for the next show. This is the Dr. Diva Show, and we
Until
really
then,
thank you guys for tuning
sayonara.
in. So have a great day. Be good. Be great. Be well.
Safe. Yes.